From our Negroes. I'm going live at damn near 7 o'clock, live at 5-ish. We're going to be talking about the GD effect that racism takes on the body. It's a physical effect. Racism, we're getting too old for this shit. We got to give it up, guys. It's actually taking a physical toll on our bodies. I'm going to do a show about it. But in the meantime, check out my main man, DG. He's coming up in a sec. Shout out to Danny Glover. The most lethal weapon in our American history has been racism. And it has to stop because it's actually killing us as a whole. Hey, we're too old. We're too old. Hey, we're too old for racism. Hey. Hey, this is Leon from our Negroes. I'm going live at damn near 7 o'clock, live at 5-ish. We're going to be talking about the GD effect that racism takes on the body. It's a physical effect. Racism, we're getting too old for this shit. We got to give it up, guys. It's actually taking a physical toll on our bodies. I'm going to do a show about it. But in the meantime, check out my main man, DG. He's coming up in a sec. Shout out to Danny Glover. The most lethal weapon in our American history has been racism. And it has to stop because it's actually killing us as a whole. Hey, we're too old. We're too old. Shit. Welcome to Live at 5, guys. My drug dealer just texted me, so I had to get on that because clearly that's more important. I don't mean it like that. How we looking? Let me get this some adjustments going on. Welcome to Live at 5. I like that double. Nah, we probably do it like that. All right. Get the scroll going. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to Live at 5. We're doing 7:48 today. I tried to go early, but you know how it goes, guys. To be honest with you, Audacity has been down. One of my mains for the audio, and it hasn't been working for me. So I have been dabbling with other things, and we'll see how that goes. But for now, this is probably why I haven't been your tardy host, but that's okay. I don't think I've ever been. So we're going to see what kind of squares we want to do. Do we want to do this? Do we want to do that? Welcome to Live at 5, where we do live adjustments. We'll keep it baby blue. I like the bubble. All right. I just want to give some respect to the background. Of course, you have the AI. All right. Welcome to Live at 5, guys. The Only show that starts at 7 o'clock. I guess this angle would do. I feel so far away. Maybe it's just me. I'm having a bit of I don't know why it looks so far away. My user is far away. Sit closer. It's gotta be intimate. I want it to be intimate. Guys, today's show is about racism. Are we getting too old for this shit? You know, I got friends that I'm like, should I talk to these guys anymore? I feel like you shouldn't have to deal with that. I'm dressed like Studio Ghibli. I figured this was kind of the vibe. Sparkles. Welcome to Live at 5, guys. If you look, we had an excellent show the other day. Please go check it out. It's just the news season premiere. We crushed it. 3 hours, by the way. 3-hour show. Just making sure that the sound sounding good, we're all looking good. All right, it's Baby Blue. All right. Talking to the drug dealer because we're not just friends.
I don't have friends. I got family.
And it's looking like shout out to Junior 718. Go check them out, especially if you're living on Staten Island or at any of the boroughs. Go check him out. 718 Junior on Instagram. He's got that work. So give me 1 second, and I'll be right with you. In the interim, let's get that intro again. Never shaven.
Oh, you good? You good?
We're going to do the show as we normally do. We're going to get into our positivity. I got some good ones for you. And then we'll get into, of course, racism. We're getting too old for this shit. Live at 5. The only show that starts at damn near 8 o'clock.
We're going live at 5. We're going live at 5-ish. 6 o'clock. We're going live at 6 o'clock. 6, 5. Ooh, that's it.
All right. So I'll be right with you. Check out the back.
Me. It was my doing.
How's everybody doing? How's your goddamn Wednesday going? I hope it's going good. Listen, I only came for 2 reasons. One, positive vibes, as always. You can see the chippy background. Let me change that up. Get the vibe going. But yeah, just positive vibes. I just wanted to talk about the impact that racism has had on us as a whole. It hasn't been all fun and games. It hasn't been all still adjusting. It hasn't been all sweet, unfortunately. It's been a vibe. We talked about a lot of vibes yesterday, But today's it's a vibe.
I strongly believe that TikTok is a ticking bomb.
Coming from the show from yesterday, and again, if you haven't checked it out, please go check out It's Just the News. Season premiere. We shot it yesterday. Excuse the voice. The voice is a little hoarse. I did what I could. Got all the crystals on today. It's Crystal Day. Let's start the day off strong. Crystals, what have you. But we did It Was Just the News yesterday. I'm gonna say, hands down, flawless show. Go check it out. Shout out to the gang. Shout out to everyone who checked it out. We had some people checking it out. It's clearly still up. It's actually in the in my timeline. You go check out leon.com. No, just the Instagram, Odd Negroes one, and I have the show in the profile. Say what up to the chat. See, we got 2 people in the chat. It's gonna be a good show, y'all. It's racism. We're getting too old for this shit. I got some clips. I got some dips. We're gonna start positive, like we always do. Start with some positivity, and we'll get into. It's not necessarily negative. I can't call it negative because it's just history. It's unfortunate that there's a predominant group of people who chose, when they had power, to they decided to go full clan. As you know, you never go full clan, but that goes to Kanye too. Don't go full clan. Shout out to Marcel in the chat. Added to the thing. Hell yeah, dude. Got Studio Ghibli vibes. Got positive vibes. It's Wednesday vibes. We're doing Baby Blue. We're adjusting. We're Justin Timberlake, and I yeah. All right, we're all right. All right. Hate last second adjustment, especially when you're late and you spend all the time doing this. It kind of makes you feel like, what were you doing? But no, we were just adjusting. But
they're so excited for you to be a part of this experience, the fans. So you want to leave?
So again, shouts to everyone who tuned into the show yesterday. That was a great show. And if you missed it, please, by all means, go to Instagram, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. What did you say? How would you say it? How would you say it? We got this. Come on, button.
Follow us on Instagram. Connect on Facebook, wherever you get your podcasts. We'll be right back.
It was a phenomenal show. We touched on, I don't know, I'm going to say everything. Can't do more than that. We can't touch on more than what we touched on. That sounds perverted as hell. Ew. You guys got to understand. I went through button withdrawal yesterday. There was no soundboard. That's how you can tell the difference of the shows. One, serious. Not a lot of sound effects. One, I'm gonna say it's equally serious, but
Really and truly, I'm just picking the lesser of the evil.
You got to pick your poison. I'm gonna say this show is kind of not your typical serious show because I'm about to show you some clips that are or important or maybe not important, but the affirmations and the topic at hand, which is racism, we're getting too old for this shit, the topic is always important. The stuff in between, it's up to you. How you take information, how you process information has nothing to do with me. That's your problem. It's like this Wednesday attitude. Guys, welcome to Live at 5, the only show that starts at damn near 7:30.
We're going live at 5. We're going live at 5-ish. 6 o'clock. We're going live at 6 o'clock. 6, 5. Ooh, that's it.
It's a little nasty. It's good to do the kind of shows that when you Google the show, the topic that you're doing, oh no, I don't know what to do now. Now I'm seeing something different. I mean, I might have to sit. I can't do this. Well, hold on. I'm trying. I got deterred. I'm gonna ask. All right, now I'm gonna stick to my guns. I just saw something that was better than affirmations. Maybe we should just switch it up. We can switch it up. We switch it up. We're gonna make up. We're gonna switch it up. You don't have to do the same thing every day.
Regular. It's regular. No.
I'm gonna switch it up, and I'm gonna check in on Marcella, and we're gonna
Oh, you got
we're gonna check out these avatars because I didn't see this. So instead of doing the affirmations, we're gonna do avatars, and we're gonna make characters of these avatars because I haven't seen this yet. So we'll watch it together. Okay. Oh, don't start me with that GD Saturday Night Live lineup. I can't. I don't even know what they want to do. All right, we're gonna do it different today. We're gonna just look at AI things because look, whether you like it or not, life revolves around AI. So it's up to you to adapt or die. That's what I say. Adapt or die. Adapt or die. Did you guys even see the Studio Ghibli goddamn that's from the Howling Castle. Studio Ghibli movie, The Howling Castle. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. Fantastic soundtrack. Most of Studio Ghibli's movies have fantastic soundtracks. They never miss. That one's just sped up with some old school hip hop. With Danny Glover on a montage saying that he can't do it any longer. So that was my inspiration to try to figure out how long can we go with racism when it's scientifically proven that it's aging us all, white people, black people, whoever. They said you have a shorter life expectancy if you're constantly being chastised for your race. This goes, of course, it expands to the workplace, just walking around, grocery stores, shit like that. So they did a test, not just me, Harvard University. They've done a test and they figured out that it actually does take a toll. And that's unfortunate. So many of your loved ones have passed away. Rest in peace. but it had to, you know, you never know where it came from. So, you know, these unexpectancy deaths, from what I've been hearing, what I've been listening to, it does take a toll. It does take a toll, and it takes a lifelong toll. It's unfortunate. Again, you have certain survivors of slavery and things like that that didn't make it because of the fact that it was too harsh. The reality of man is too harsh. Not that you're not begging no one to change, but you know it's necessary. I just do one loose button. Did I do one loose button? It's probably unnecessary to plead for them to change, but obviously, if you know it's taking a toll, maybe you should take a gander.
White people.
I'm gonna button it back up.
White people think.
It's not a Friday show. We're gonna button this up. We might do 2 buttons. It's not a Friday show. What do you think we're going on here? It's not a Friday show. Before we start this, again, I'm gonna go into some positive stuff. Positive art. Let's just say that. Positive art. I'm gonna call stuff here. Now on this show.
You. The world you live in is just a sugar-coated topping. There is another world beneath it, the real world. And if you want to survive it, you better learn to pull the trigger.
We only do art on this show. So welcome to Live at 5. If you're just joining us, we're in the beginning of a very short episode because it's not going to be a long one. We're going to be breaking down the physical elements that racism has taken a toll on us today and also on our children in the future, because unfortunately, I'm sorry, give me 1 second here. Damn. Sorry about that, guys. Please, by all means, if you get a chance, check out Junior718 on Instagram. It's Junior718 if you need the goods. He's got premium medicinal, harm-free, range-free, non-problematic delivery service. So if you're into that, if you're into non-problematic delivery service of the goods, that's where you go. 718 Junior on Instagram. I promise I'll give him a shout out. All right. That's what he was doing today. We're gonna get into outside the affirmations because I found something spectacular. I can do too much adjusting. When you get up and you sit down, you turn to a Justin Timberlake.
Regular. It's regular. No.
Did I say a Justin Timberlake? Come on, guys. Come on. Wake up.
Once again, I'm not reckless. I'm just caught up in the shit. When you start the shit, you can't stop the shit till you finish the shit. I'm in the shit.
Come on. A Justin Timberlake? Come on. We got good. We got good shit. Good shit. Not every joke is good, but that one's a good one. I was gonna do hold on, pipe down. I was gonna do affirmations today, but apparently, I stumbled upon something far greater than that. And then we'll do that before we get into, of course, racism. We're getting too old for this shit. When does it end? To the grave? Do we say we're taking this shit to the grave? I feel like there's different alternatives to dying like this. We don't have to die hitting each other. Apparently they said, I know that there's a lot of people getting a lot of applications from different countries. You know what I haven't seen? I haven't seen any European places saying, hey, hey, white people in America, if you guys are looking to get the fuck out of there, you guys could come to Sweden or whatever. Has anyone seen that? The videos where I know I've seen a lot of videos where people are telling African people, black people to go back, or not go back, where they could come back to Africa. I want to know, are there any videos of any white people recolonizing? Well, that's got to be what it's called because they're telling them to come back. So, is there any videos of people recolonizing, asking them to come back to their originated countries if they feel some sort of?
Did that make you feel a certain way?
I know there's a lot of videos of white people like, oh, I don't like the way we're being treated. Everything we do is wrong. Guys, I went through button withdrawal, so forgive me, okay? I'm not going to go crazy. I was told that I pressed too many buttons during the show, but explain that to that Will Smith episode that's getting out of hand. Almost 700 views. Thank you so much. By the way, I will never do another show like that as far as Will Smith is concerned, but I can see what you guys are into.
That's a good point. Although
it's not. I have no point in visiting another man who slaps men. You guys like that kind of stuff, but hey, if you're looking into some quality content, it's Just the News. Season premiere dropped yesterday, and I'm telling you, it's a banger. All right, speaking of bangers, let's get into the affirmations. Well, the post affirmations, which would be this. Okay, we're gonna get into, because I was gonna read some words, some positive words, but I found something far better than that. So we'll do that. Probably put on some rock music. Nope, we won't do any rock music. We'll do this. This is how we do this shit. It's only buttons. Guys, welcome to Affirmations. You're listening to Live at 5, guys. The only show is set to 7:30.
I don't have friends.
Oh, you got it! You got it!
5. We're going live at 5-ish. 6 o'clock. We're going live at 6 o'clock. 6, ooh, that's it.
Guys, we're gonna go down the tribute list. Now we're gonna start from the jump. These are, I know everyone, I don't know. I've seen the trend. I've seen the action figure trend. I didn't know. I seen the action figure trend. I'm gonna run down iNegroes 2. iNegroes 2. Look at her as the Rock. Let's get a photo of her first, so we can see what kind of photoshops we're dealing with, right? Okay, so we see what we're dealing with. There she is. There she is, guys. Oh, you guys hear hyenas? Yeah, there's hyenas outside. Weather's nice. All right, there she is. Hyenas are out. Let's get into those GD. This was great. I'm not going to get into those GD SNL lineup because I do believe that Jews hate music when I see those lineups. It's like, what does that have to do with anything? All right, we got my favorite here. You know who this is? It's The Rock, baby. You know who that is? The People's Champion with the eyebrow and the 9 abs to boot. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And they got different hands, which I'm confused. I don't know why we need 3 different hands, but they're all stressed. They're all in punch mode, but I don't know why we need. Oh, okay. That one's loose. That one's like a slap. And then there's like a fist. I'm not sure if we need 3 fists. I mean, 3 solid hands, but I get it. I get it. Love it. That gets, you know what this gets. This gets a smackdown and a some sort of drill. You know how I feel about wrestling. So Marcella as The Rock? Yeah, I'll take it. Okay. Look at it. So strong. 9 abs. Totally Hawaiian still, but feminine features. A little bit on the jaw. Feminine features, though. In between. Locked in on the jaw, though. Still can lay the smackdown, but also maybe cuddle. Got a cuddle face. So we're gonna give this a care because I do care about this. And we're gonna double it down with a GIF. We're GIFing. Let's do Rock Confused. There we go. What do we got? Can we do this? Can we make this happen? The only show live at 5. There we are. The only show live at 5. There it is. The only show live at 5 that, again, guys.
What? You know, that's checks. What?
This is the part of the show where we have to detach before we get into the real shit. It's clearly this one. I mean, I don't know. There's probably a whole bunch, but this is it. Yes. Queen. Look at that. Make sure it posts. We did. All right, moving on. Holy shit. Now, if you're a fan of this channel, you've seen this guy before. This is Big Papa Pump, Big Boss. He's got it all. He was in a what is happening? I don't even know.
Holy shit! What is reality?
Big Boss. He's got the the red wine on deck. Is that a leather robe? Is that a leather robe? Is that confirmed? A leather robe? Are we doing that now? I fucks with that. Is that a leather robe? Okay, we're doing leather robes. Big stacks, clearly. I know I'm not staring at the obvious, but I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get to the pussy. I'm just saying, like, big stacks, and it comes with the DLC. His side, oh, guys, do you see how important that is? Now, a lot of these other guys came with like towels, like the Rock had a towel or whatever. This guy comes with more jewelry. So if you didn't think Big Boss Man was stunting already, he comes with a fedora, a stack of cash, a money chain, clearly a Rolex, and another stack of cash, and a goddamn cheetah. Listen, I don't know if you guys are making these AI characters, but this one wins for me.
I was laying on the couch and I heard pop, 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 pop. And that's what I heard.
You want to talk about a boss? That's a big boss. I've never even seen Rick Ross get it like this. I've never seen Rick Ross come out two link red robe where the temperature in the house has got to be at least 55 for you to walk around in a red robe. It's cold in the house, which I appreciate.
Did you feel that?
Yeah.
Leather red robe with the cheetah, and the cheetah is comfortable. We got to keep the climate straight for the cheetah too. What's cheetah climate? Let's Google that. Hello, hold on.
What? Let's check. What's Google time? It's Google time.
Climate for cheetah. This is what I like. This is a pro-party show that I like. This is why we can't do this type of stuff for the news. We can't do this stuff for the other shows because we don't have time. This is the only show that does not flow off a time base. It literally is called Live at 5, and it starts.
I was laying on the couch and I heard pop, 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 pop. And that's what I heard.
Somebody else. Somebody maybe has. He's crazy.
This is the only show that starts with the wrong time on purpose. Listen, climate for cheetah indoors. Is that what we're doing? Because I want to see how rich he is. He's gonna have this temperature on deck for the house in order for this cheetah to live. So here we go. Let's share the screen. Let's get this shit. I love this. Okay, hold on. We're gonna stop this screen. We're gonna share this screen. What is a cheetah's climate if it was indoors? Holy shit. Let's check this shit out. Because I now want to break it down. I'm kind of curious. To see what is the temperature of the house if you can have a cheetah in a fucking in a leather robe. What's the house? Uh-oh, we getting it. So it's looking like cheetahs thrive in warm, relatively low humidity climates, typically found in open grasslands and savannas, or adapt to the range of habitats, including shrubs, lands, temperature, etc. They prefer climates of warm temperature. So we're looking at, I'm going to say if I have to do anything with the house, of course, low humidity. They're not fucking around, right? Got to run fast. Can't do it with stuffy noses. None of that bullshit, okay? If you're going to have a cheetah in your house, please keep in mind, have a humidifier or something, because they got to run fast. They have no time for stuffiness. Got to run fast. What else we dealing with? No hot weather. They can adapt, but I'm going to be honest with you. I literally saw, if you look at those animal shows, I think it was Cumberbatch. They took, no, it's not Cumberbatch. It's on Netflix. It's called about like the fastest animals go. Shout out to the laughter chat. Yeah, hey, this is your work. We're going back. We're just taking a brief detour. We're going back. We're going to finish the rest of those characters. Guys, welcome to Live at 5. We're going through the early stages of dementia. No. We're going through the early stages of what this show is going to be, which would be racism. Are we too old for this? But before I get into all of the, the reality of the real world, I like to take a detour. And this is nothing better. We're looking at cheaters, guys. Cheaters? That's how I say it. It sounds like Jesus Blackman. We're looking at cheetahs and their climate only because Big Boss here, he's my favorite, by the way. Out of all of these guys so far, I haven't seen them all, but out of all of them, this guy is my favorite. it's got to be the guy who has a pet cheetah, right? I mean, I know I'm a sucker for cats, but I mean,
I strongly believe that TikTok is a ticking bomb.
Once again, I'm not an activist. I'm just caught up in the shit. When you start the shit, you can't stop the shit till you finish the shit. I'm in the shit.
All right. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, right? Okay. So we're back. Big Boss Man, my favorite. So far, hands down, clearly favorite. But we got to move on. But this one, you know what you get. You get a heart, and we're going to give this Martin, Gina, love. How do you do? You doing with this? This is gonna. I need a 90s reference to this post. There we go. Well, no, that's not quite what I had in mind. It's not quite what I had in mind. Let's see what we got. Guys, easy. If you like what you're seeing,
Like, subscribe, and share.
guys, we're just looking at positive affirmations. Look at Big Boss Man. He's got a cheetah. I just wanted to know. Here we go. I just wanted to know. Here we go. There we go. A little something, something. There it goes. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, guys, we're not even halfway done, and we're nailing this. All right, we're gonna get it. We're almost through. Again, if this is your first time, welcome to Live at 5, the only show that starts at 7:30. We are talking about racism today, but in the interim, we will be talking about.
We're going live.
These shibbies here. I don't know. I didn't see this, but I love it, and I'm gonna get through all of them. Again, the theme. Possibly. All right. Moving on down. Don't forget about the Rolex and the gold chain as the accessory. So, and the cheetah as accessory, which I'm kind of thinking the cheetah's not the accessory. He's kind of, whoa. I like the Caesar. The lineup is for sure. All right. Let's gotta get out of here. Spend too much time. Oh, shit. Okay. Now, I would call this the Machiavelli. He's got a Versace chain. Again, accessories, another stack of money. We're going to give this an alligator wallet, a pair of Ray-Bans, a Movado, Rolex, and an iPhone. Holy shit. This guy's a drug dealer. Sorry. It's too much. You have to come with a shirt, right? And I'm not being body conscious. I'm just saying, like, most of these guys that walk around without shirts, with all of that money, and 2 watches, and a leather watch, and a snakeskin goddamn, and Ray-Ban. Wait, sunglasses, no shirt, iPhone, alligator wallet or whatever. Not a drug dealer? Maybe I'm judging the book by its cover. Maybe. It says loyalty on his stomach though, and a whole Jesus, an entire Jesus. I don't know if you can see that. It's an entire Jesus on his stomach. So you do the math. So we got big old Jesus, Rolex, Movado, Ray-Bans, crocodile. Wait, oh shit, he's got a watch on. He comes with 2 more watches. Ain't gonna need the time that much is looking for the police. But it's too late. They are at the door.
I strongly believe that TikTok is a ticking bomb.
They're already at the door. If you have 3 watches, a Gucci belt, Jesus on your belly, stack of money, and they're already at the door. Sorry, But still, look at his face. Not that aggressive. Still kind, but the bottom half of you, danger, danger. So you're gonna get one thumb and a no safety sort of situation. Don't feel safe around this character. I wouldn't hang around him. Nope. I would encourage my friends to. And I'm not just judging the man. I'm just saying, if you need 3 watches, who's coming? Who are you expecting?
Okay. Well.
Let's go by the watch math. Sorry. So you're gonna get what we got? Danger. You get a danger meme. We're doing gifts live. Highlight some things I like. It's something I like. I love to do. I love to leave funny gifts. I like to look up funny gifts. So to do this here is fun. Oh, speaking of cheaters, there we go. Bam. Look at this. Danger. Look at this. Perfect. Bam. Look at that. Yep. Add. There it is. Danger. Yes. Cream. There we go. Next one. Uh-oh. Is this Marcel Kardashian? This area, internet knows like to make sure this area looks like this. Well, what happened here? But the area needs to know that you need to have it above the waist, no waist, and make sure the vagina lines up. No, I don't like this at all. I can't believe that you could actually make a Skims character. This is Skims, the action figure. Love the glasses. We got the latte. We're clearly out on a go.
They're so excited for you to be a part of this experience, the fans. So you want to leave?
We're out on a go. This is out and about. Kenkels. I'm gonna call this ice spice latte myself. It comes with the I'm gonna say the sepia tone kit, which is just monochrome colors, a lot of browns, a lot of sepia tones. And then I'm gonna go, of course, we got the iPhone with all the filters and the ice spice latte. So I'm gonna give this not my favorite. I'm gonna give this a what's the concern? Concern is care. I care. Concern. No, actually, anger. No. This one makes me angry. No. 2 beige, 2 brown. I'm gonna type in beige, see what comes up on the gift. We're gonna get through these, guys. What time is it? But it's okay. You guys don't even know what's going on. I got a surprise for you guys. You dumb idiots. No, you're not dumb idiots. Oh, if you want to talk, if you want to listen to somebody who talks crazy to people that pay the money, watch Twin Flames on Netflix. You know how people like, we always talk about how on this channel, we always talk about how white people are manipulative and how they always, I'm going back, but how they always like manage to trick white people into giving them millions and millions of dollars. Watch Twin Flames on Netflix. It's one of the craziest Ponzi schemes I've ever seen in my life. It's just kind of like BDSM for white people because you guys don't know how to date and you're all incels and shit. So you don't really know. I don't know. It's not all of you, but a lot of you are just not really trying to do it anymore. So you kind of like have this whole vibe about you. And I'm telling you that the internet could pick up on that vibe. You got to be really smart not to fall for it, because you could be in a full heterosexual relationship and give your life away because you're confused, because the internet has you confused. Scrolling. Watch Ashley Madison on Netflix. It's one of the bizarre stories I've ever seen. But you know, white people give people millions of dollars and they don't even double check. Do you know how long it's going to take for me to make $1 million? You guys are gonna double check my history all the way down to my preschool to make sure I'm worthy of $1 million. Not these white people. You guys didn't even check their background, and you gave them $1 million. You know what happened? You know what? Fuck it. Spoiler alert. Don't watch it. I don't care. I mean, it's obvious what happened, right? But I'm just saying the gist of it is this. The gist of it is the liar. There's liars in all walks of life. You don't have to be black or white to be a liar. That's all. And there are people are lying for money, and they're lying while they're earning money, which is crazy. And that's another white trait that I can't stand. The ones who are currently in the midst of earning millions of dollars, and you can't like keep your dick in your pants, or you can't like not touch a kid, popes and shit. Like you guys have the world in your hand, but you can't like put your fetishes to the side or whatever, because you're never gonna actually marry a kid, right? Like you know we're not gonna let that happen. You're not gonna marry a kid. You're waiting for it. They said not yet. Maybe they say not yet. They're like, what the fuck do I know? Maybe in a perfect world they get to marry kids. I hope not. That sucks. Buttons work.
Did you feel that? Yeah.
DMX, go. DMX, go. One. Hold on. Oh, well, no, come on now. What's that? Is that poop? Well, we got a broken baseball bat. She's a cat lady. We got a cat food. We got the scooper pooper. Why would she come? Okay, she comes with mouse. What's this? Is that what is that? Is that poop? Does she come with poop? Is that real? Why would she come with the dry scooped poop? Why would she scoop it the poop? Why would she come with scoop poop? Okay, so that's scoop poop, I'm gonna assume. No good. I'm gonna believe that's dry scoop poop. Now this would be the cat version of Marcella. She clearly has become passing light. She looks like at this point she's become T.I.'s wife. You look like Tiny in this photo. Maybe some sort of K Michelle, if you will. Very light skin.
You told me to take my high yellow ass inside the house.
But you care for animals, which still makes you a good person in the eyes of the Lord. We're gonna move on to this one. No, this one I'm gonna give just a regular thumb for the beige, and for the gift, I love cats, so love cats. I don't know. I don't hate this one. I just feel the lady seems like she has more problems than the cats do. She's carrying poop. She's got a broken baseball bat. And I believe that yawn is for her. So she looks problematic. So I'm gonna give it a generic cat meme. Kitty loves you, yes. Look at that. Yes. Cat queen. Simple enough. There we go. Fair enough. Yes, cat queen. All right, guys. One more. Bam. What we got? Uh-oh. Rich girl. Uh-oh. I can tell by the bang she's trouble already. I can tell by the haircut, she is trouble already. I know that. That's the Regina cut. That is the I just broke up with my boyfriend. I'm out here and I'm tucking my shirts in. You know what that means. This is danger. And she got a stack of money, an iPhone, and I believe some sort of Mercedes or Maybach. The key is golden, so the key is golden. So I'm gonna assume she's got a path. She's got some sort of door knocker. Some sort of door knocker, which is fun. And then transformation, headphones, everything. This one gets heart. Love this. And of course, get it. This is fair. This is fair enough. Is that Deion Sanders? There we go. There we go. Bam. Okay. Is that it? We're good? All right, we're good. Fair enough. We did it, guys. All right. That was our check-in. I just wanted to do a brief diversion before we get into the nitty-gritty, right? So far we learned a lot. What a cheetah climate is. That's good. You can't just have one in your house. But it is super cool and it looks cool. Now, like I said, it's not going to be a long one, guys. Again, I was just talking about the study of the physical toll. I have a few videos from Harvard. Clearly, I chose Black people from Harvard. And I just want to play their thesis because I already have my own assumptions about like just you could see it in people's faces. You could see about the physical toll of early deaths. You can see that for some reason, through the test of times, there's been these unrenounced deaths from Black people who are dying way faster than any white person. Statistics shows, especially back in 2024, that there was a spike for non-Hispanic people who didn't surpass the age of 78, compared to the 77 years for the white individuals who surpassed being over 80. Only reason why I figured that was happening was because there's a fake energy of Black people being racist toward white people. We have never really been appropriately racist towards you as we should be. We've always been I want to say politely racist towards you. So the ones who have been sticking to their guns, you have hurt a lot of people. And it's happened so much that they actually had to do a study. They wanted to see why are the life expectancies of the black human so short, and that's based on just moral epithet and history, just history. It trickles down to the children. So that's what I wanted to touch on. You guys are you should be aware that the racism trickles down to the children. There have been many cases where, because of racism, they don't want to even give birth to they don't want to birth the babies. They don't want to touch the babies. They even sacrifice the mothers because of their racism. So that, again, that's a black death. That is an attack on life. And I always wondered about that. Like, does those count as body counts? Like, does that count as, if a doctor refuses treatment on a black woman because of her racial beliefs and she doesn't want another black baby in the world, does that mean that that's racial genocide? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't need. I don't need.
It doesn't have to be draped in Hitler to be racial genocide. So I'm trying to figure out, has racial genocide been happening in this country all the while we've been fantasizing over something that hasn't happened in this country? All that shit happened in Germany. There has been no castrations or mass killings of Jews in America. So I'm looking at mass killings, not documented by me, documented by Harvard University, and also the CDC have noticed there's a spike of Black Death.
Yeah, all that jumping is making me nervous.
I'm just trying to figure out, why is that the case? Out of all the races in this country, why do we have the highest rate? We're not the only ethnicity. There is an underlining hatred for us, and it's trickling down that people have to actually start doing numbers to figure out why there's so many Black deaths, even outside of the court or outside of the police officer or whatever. So I just have a few numbers here and a few videos. I'm going to run them down. It's not going to be a long one. We'll be out of your hair in no time, because we may or may not be shooting the woke goat tonight. It's not supposed to be a long one. But like I said, things go the way they go.
We're winning. You see what's going on. So whatever you can do to help financially would be fantastic.
Mentality, America, we're really strong bullies. So how the hell did you not bully us after slavery? Clearly, you bullied us. We didn't stand a chance. You didn't hire us when we needed the jobs. You were like, oh, nigga, you used to work for me. I don't used to work for me for free. I don't have to pay you shit. You know what I mean? I used to fuck your mom or whatever, you know. I raped your sister. You know, they have like all of these things, and I understand that. That's the history. I have new managers that try to gather who have those same traits today. You know, they still have shitty traits today. It doesn't change. Managerial, what I want to say, managerial actions don't change. The people are supposed to change, and the fact that they know their history is supposed to change. So the fact that we all know, well, now I'm just learning that there have been many cases of the longevity of the trauma, PTSD, physical trauma that has happened because of just being chastised and attacked, and always the epicenter of everything. We always got to be this mainlining thing. Oh, we got to protect the Black person, blah, blah, blah. Because of your actions, it kind of does take a toll. And it's not just, you know, EMTs and doctors and all these people who refuse the care for the people. That's your prerogative, nigga. Look, you can do whatever you want.
You've got to love life to have life, and you've got to have life to love life.
You can do whatever you want. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to them doing the math and I'm figuring out why are people dying in your care or dying at this specific area of the world, like you talk about, like why there's such high death counts of black babies in Arkansas and Minnesota and all these other places. There's got to be a correlation, some sort of connection that is the most of the racial states that are not birthing these babies right on purpose. They have degrees, but they're just choosing to white people doing white people things. So I'm gonna talk to my brother, Dr. R. Williams. He just talks about the systemic level of this. How long has it been? And I'm just trying to connect because I have my own notes. My own notes were just like you could tell. You can tell we're all depressed. Hey, white people, check out your fellow black person. They're not doing okay. We have levels of shit that we have to deal with. We have the same bills that you have, but you have less because people help you out. But I'm just saying we have to deal with our own fucking bills. We have poor family dynamic because of the way that you treat us. So we're no longer connected. So we have to rebuild all that and also deal with the inflation of the country and all the shit that's going up, eggs, all this bullshit. We have to deal with that.
Yeah.
And also your shit that you won't let up. You won't let up the racism. I would really wish this was a Mad Max situation. We could just fucking chill out and you could just be like, chill for right now. We could go back to war once we fix the country. We could destroy it all over again. But can we fix it while it's all fucked up so we both don't have to suffer at the same time? Because it doesn't help you. You don't want to keep seeing videos of black people making fun of you. I could tell. Because you keep making videos about the black people making fun of you, saying like, hey, I'm not one of those people. These are wasted videos. We could be making videos how we have connected and what happens next.
I don't need
So I was just talking about the marginalized communities, how it just separates us like we're at war. I thought we were at war with the Africans and the Caribbeans who are in this country. And I not to brag, but our Negroes, we have talked with Tariq Nasheed, not name dropping.
New Orleans don't make a lick of sense to most people. A big city built below sea level throws logic out the window and beads to strangers. And our chicken is no different.
That's also known as an algorithm.
He said that we're not at war. But I'm like, why are there so many Africans talking really close to the camera? Like this. My brother, what are you doing here? You could come back to our country, my brother. My brother, why are you here, brother? I was like, why do you gotta talk so close to the camera? It's ridiculous. I know we like their accents because it sounds like something that we probably heard in our sleep, but they get real close. My brother, you can come back here. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Not on them terms.
Oh, champagne and caviar. Don't touch
Go back to my home country.
James, we are guests.
Go back to my home country. God, he's going to get her drunk and have his way with us. Go back to my home country.
Unfortunately, we weren't born there, though. We were born in America. And it sounds really nice and very sandful and peaceful and white-free. But we weren't born there. So it's kind of like defeats the purpose of all the efforts that we put in trying to connect with these people that we've been at per se war with. Not really, right? There's not really like a bunch of white people in a group setting killing black people. That's not a thing. You have your mass shootings, but they shoot at what they can. But there's never been yeah. You had the church, yes, you had the church. The white nigga went in there and shot up all those black people in the church. You have that, yes. There have been mass shootings, predominantly racially driven, but not as many as you would think. What I'm trying to point at, as far as like if you did the math about a troubling country, if we were at war, if we were Israel and Gaza, we don't have those numbers. We're not carrying black babies in our hands and they're dying every day. But of course, our death count is not nothing to scoff at. It's just like this. It's like there's a very simple undertone that this country tends to keep up, that they are just, we're here for the people, and we love each other, and that's totally fine for your house. You can keep that for your house. They like to keep their households with that epithet, and that's not how this shit runs. We are a violent country that's trying to heal. That's all. It's not some sort of fucking what do you call it? I don't know what they want, whatever they want to call it. It's not that. It's not that. We've tried to do many things with you guys. It doesn't work out. So it's like we're at the point where, I guess, the point of no return. No point of no return. I can't like be mad at you and then also try to start a business with you and ask you for a loan. You got to figure out you're gonna have the white person as your manager if you. That's just how it goes. So you have to come to terms. It's not really like a maybe thing. So my thing is like, how do we figure out how to make that maybe an ally?
My dear American sister. Okay.
Is my new segue for any international affairs or any sort of plead from the Black American to the outer worlds. Well, let's give some respect to this. Look at this shit, guys. Come on. Check out my man, Mr. David R. Williams, doing a TED Talk. And we're going to wrap it up after this. But I just want to give him, like I already said, I said my part. You already know what it is. I told you. Look at your fellow brethren. Are they healthy? Do they look well? Do you find yourself having to cater to them more? If you're not being racist to them, somebody is. That's the whole point. And he delves a little deep into that. And I'll let my man talk. Again, keep in mind, all of these videos.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that
Expression is advised.
We're going live at 5-ish. 6 o'clock.
I do
We're going
girls.
live at 6
What
o'clock.
is what? Say it again.
6
Odd
o'clock.
Negroes.
That's
Oh, odd Negroes. I'm gonna go online and odd Negroes. Like, subscribe and share. Thank you so much.
My dear American sister.
That's going to be the new segue for every other person with an accent that's telling American citizens to come move with them. I've been finding a lot of videos as I looked for this one TED Talk. They all have accents. There's no Americans that want, hold on. There's no Americans that are vouching for us. Black Americans, by the way, that they're out here like, oh shit, you know, I've traveled, and as I traveled, I'm blah, blah, blah. No, they all have accents. These niggas got accents. So they had to travel so much and lose the dialect to figure out how to be unwhite.
Once again, I'm not an activist. I'm just caught up in the shit. When you start the shit, you can't stop the shit till you finish the shit. I'm in the shit.
They had to become un-American to figure out how to fix this shit. Could you imagine that? I wouldn't know how to fix this. I'm trying on the Wednesday through Thursday. Sometimes with the, again, guys, we got Woke Up coming. We got It's Just the News. All of these shows are just trying to fix the broken, trying to address the unaddressed, right?
I strongly believe that TikTok is a ticking bomb.
Just trying to make sure that we're not being lost in the sauce. But how can we not get lost in the sauce where there's so much gravy, baby? There's so much gravy out here. This guy, he's got good gravy. How can we not just roll with this Gaddafi style? And why aren't we white people on board? Just agree with this so we can get on with this shit. Lord have mercy.
Had a death rate that was 3 times higher than that of the average class member. It's stunning. America has recently awakened to a steady drumbeat of unarmed Black men being shot by the police. Is that every 7 minutes, a Black person dies prematurely in the United States. That is, over 200 Black people die every single day who would not die if the health of Blacks and whites were equal. For the last 25 years, I have been on a mission to understand why does race matter so profoundly for health. When I started my career, many believed that it was simply about racial differences in income and education. I discovered that while economic status matters for health, there is more to the story. So for example, if we look at life expectancy at age 25, at age 25, there's a 5-year gap between Blacks and whites. And the gap by education for both whites and Blacks is even larger than the racial gap. At the same time, at every level of education, whites live longer than Blacks. So whites who are high school dropouts live 3.4 years longer than their Black counterparts. And the gap is even larger among college graduates. Most surprising of all, whites who have graduated from high school live longer than Blacks with a college degree or more education. So why does race matter so profoundly for health? What else is it beyond education and income?
Now, my problem with this is that you have to have this smart man, this beautiful smart man. He has to come out and explain to the universe how, like, status quo works. Or, like, you know, something that ants have figured out. Ants have figured out, like, if you put too much on one ant, we won't be able to build the thing. ants have figured out like hierarchy, but because of this ants don't have racism. That's how they get shit done. That's why they're the strongest insects in the planet. They have hierarchy, but they still have control. They have a queen, but they still have control. Shit gets done. You think you say you're a brown ant or a black ant? See how stupid that sounds?
I strongly believe that TikTok is a ticking
It's a
bomb.
word that some gay man made up.
I strongly believe that TikTok.
We know where racism came from. I'm going to end the show with that. I got the origins of the word. It was clearly a...
It's a word that some gay man made up. It's a word.
It usually starts from them and then it trickles down, and it sucks when we have to have a genius explain to these. Not all. I'm not saying all of you white people are racist. You know that. This is the fucking 20th show collectively. You know how we feel about you. We don't hate you. We don't hate you. We're just trying to figure out, why would you prolong such a myth? You guys been saying crazy shit, and we've been telling you to stop because it hurts our feelings. You got to see. So we don't shoot enough schools for y'all. That's the problem. If we killed your kids or we did something like that, like you kill our children, then you would understand where we're coming from. We don't kill your kids. You make claims that we do. You make claims that we fuck your daughters too. No, there's no record of an overwhelming black men having sex with white men's daughters. Google it. That's not a thing. That is a fear. That is a hypothesis. But this is reality. Reality is that there's a lot of trauma happening to black people of all ages because of the way you like to do things. Hey, Sheriff, you want to lay off? I know you got the badge, but how about you lay off, Sheriff? If we're supposed to live and let live. What's the T, Sheriff?
You've got to love life.
What's the T, Sheriff?
That might matter.
Those with Robinhood Gold can enjoy a 3% IRA match. Tremendous.
Can't predict the commercial.
Turn thinking about your bathroom into loving it with Floor &
That's the most I could
Decor.
Sorry about that. Can't predict.
In the early 1990s, I was asked to review a new book on the health of Black America. I was struck that almost every single one of its 25 chapters said that racism was a factor that was hurting the health of Blacks. All of these researchers were stating that racism was a factor adversely impacting Blacks, but they provided no evidence. For me, that was not good enough. A few months later, I was speaking at a conference in Washington, D.C., and I said that one of the priorities for research was to document the ways in which racism affected health. A white gentleman stood in the audience and said that while he agreed with me that racism was important, we could never measure racism. We measure self-esteem, I said. There's no reason why we can't measure racism if we put our minds to it. And so I put my mind to it and developed 3 scales. The first one captured major experiences of discrimination, like being unfairly fired or being unfairly stopped by the...
Look at this shit. Now, this is perfect, my nigga. This is perfect. First of all, welcome to, if you're watching this is live at 5. The only show that starts at 7:30. Supposed to start at 5, but you know, we on CP time. Welcome to Live at 5. Thank you for joining me. If this is your first time, I appreciate you. And if this is your last time, you know what to do.
We're going live. I wish you
Subscribe and share.
6 o'clock. We're going live at 6 o'clock. This is X65. Ooh, that's it.
If it looks like a mental breakdown, please do something. Listen, I'm trying to look, guys. I seen Ghana news. They got a swipe Samsung TV, and I'm not snitching on them. I'm not snitching on them. Look. But if you donate enough, I promise you, I'll do a full goddamn whole show in front of a Samsung screen, like some sort of PDF breakdown of the shit I want to talk about. If you donate enough, I'll do it on the screen. I see you watching, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you because I saw what y'all did with all the rest of the videos too. And listen, it's all, but the love is appreciated. Can't deny that.
I was like standing on the corner drinking 40s and, smoking weed. And so God like pursued me though.
All right. Well, look. Rich people know, basic people know, everybody knows that financial gaps create health gaps, create family history gaps. I mean, like, when you get it out of bread and your kid, your niece or your cousin or your brother have a baby, and you give them all the money for them to have a successful fucking birth and make sure they can take care of the kid for going forward and have a place to live and the kids are straight. If that's not a lot going on in our community, so that's a broken tree, you see. So you guys have that tree where you have that branch, you keep that branch going. Y'all chopped out trees, you see. So that's how we got sick. You chopped all our trees, all the trees that we had to help everybody, to help our nieces have babies and have our babies nieces have babies. Y'all, we cut out shit. Niggas don't even want to have sex no more because you made it so hard for us to even have children and for them to be as happy as y'all white kids are and Asian kids are. I mean, I've never seen a sad Asian kid. I guess the one that shot at that school, but that, I mean, his manifesto said his parents gave him everything he ever wanted. They always end like that. Oh, they gave me everything, but it wasn't about that. I just listen. This is not about that. I'm talking about the trickle down. When you don't provide for the tree will turn on you. Yeah. So all right. So wealth gap does have a big situation. Okay, 2022. Like I said, I always get my records to 2022 because I feel like that was really when we were kind of like all thriving in a sense. We knew what everybody was doing and we knew what was going on. After that shit, after the before the Biden, Trump, and all these other weird shit, shootings, or all the shit started popping off after 2022. A lot of stuff started popping off.
Yeah.
So the median. This is not me. This is the median. White household at 285,000 compared to 44,000. All right. Maybe this right. $285,000 in 2022. That was the average home for every white household. And compared to every black household in 2022 was 44,900. If any other country saw this, they would think it was the Holocaust. If you barely survived, you killed yourself over 285K, you had 285K in 2022. There was a time, this is not fake, check the median. This is the reason why they talk about mental health. It's not about money sometimes. You know, it's so funny because they say, you know, when rich people have money, actually, hold on, maybe this out. It's the opposite. Black people are still having babies. Black people are having less kids. Well, they're, you know, that's how it shows you money can't give you nothing. It just shows you money can't fucking extend your livelihood. Everyone's on Mufasa's terms. They're violent. They're like they just survived a death. They're acting like they survived the death. They treat us like the Lion King. I swear to God, like they had like a revenge against us, and I'm just like, I don't know what this revenge is, but it still existed. It still existed, but I'm just saying these are not. I'm not making these numbers up. Just you could go on this up. The median said 2022. This is before COVID. It makes me sick to my stomach to even read this shit. Because you know what happened too. These niggas killed themselves more. They had more deaths amongst themselves. So you want to talk about how evolution got started and how civilization got started. Could you imagine if they really started from the ground up and there was famine and there was disease, and you had nothing but you and your partner and your family and your little tribe, like you're supposed to do, like the cave, like the movies you guys keep making. And you're supposed to be like the fucking reverent, and you're supposed to just be like, oh, fucking just me and my tribe, we're gonna make it through. And all you did was just kill your family, fucking rape the daughter, and spent all the cash. Like that's reality for y'all. That's what we get so many documentaries. All y'all niggas is Tiger King. Yo, that's not why we're here today. That's not why we're here today. I just don't understand how Harvard University had to do a breakdown philosophy to explain to people. Now I'm not going to say just white people. There's a lot of black people who are there too who are just as confused. You think it's hereditary? You think that I'm thriving. It's like, yo, shout outs to you. Shout outs to you. I Claire Huxtables and all y'all niggas out there that are living in Manhattan. I cheers to you. I make this show for you. We have this show for you. I hope you're watching. Because I need you to see that there's fucking fire ants down here that are not getting those fucking fruits. It's not dripping. It's not no droplets. It's not a drop. We're considering moving out of the fucking country, the one that you thrive in. And so if it's that good, why are we just considering just moving the fuck out of here? That's chaos, right? Well, I'm just going to let my brother, Dr. R. Williams, get his shit going. And we gotta wrap this up because it's not a long one. I just don't have time for the it's like a pageantry. The pageantry of everybody knows what's going on. You know what's going on until we ask you a question of who's doing well. Who's doing well? You if you're doing 10 times better than your neighbor, that's a sin. Okay, can we just fucking put that on a board? Okay, our Negroes, We vouch. This is at my vouch. This is our Negroes vouch. If you're doing 10 times better than your neighbor, you don't even ask to help them, go to hell. Sorry. Go fuck yourself. Sorry. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. If you're doing 10 times better than your neighbor, you never checked on them, go fuck yourself. That's an odd Negro's blessing. That's what we say. Yes. Actually, it's the opposite. Black people are still having babies, white people are having less kids. Yes, because we said that. Yes, because they're all stressed out. They're goddamn stressed out. Because they're earning too much. I can't imagine being a fucking thief and trying to pretend I'm not a thief. You have to live your life as a lie. Yes, living your life as a lie is stressful. Sure. Yes, and that's their whole shit. And prove me otherwise. Actually, I'm gonna let the doctor prove me otherwise. You don't know why you're so stressed, why your kids are shooting up schools, because you won't tell the goddamn truth.
Police. But discrimination also occurs in more minor and subtle experiences. And so my second scale, called the Everyday Discrimination Scale, captures 9 items that captures experiences like you're treated with less courtesy than others, you receive poorer service than others in restaurants or stores, or people act as if they're afraid of you. This scale captures ways in which the dignity and the respect of people whose society does not value is chipped away on a daily basis. Research has found that higher levels of discrimination are associated with the elevated risk of a broad range of diseases, from blood pressure to abdominal obesity to breast cancer to heart disease and even premature.
Oh, you motherfucker. Did you say there might be something wrong with my fat ass stomach that you guys keep making fun of us, or our obesity, or all of our out of shape ass? Y'all niggas, look. Y'all simpletons, I swear. That's on God. Y'all my favorite. Now look what happens here. Y'all the niggas that's telling us to take the pills to get in shape, the Ozempics, to give you back the money when you made us look this way. You get me? Because we were in shape when we was on those fields. You liked us in that way. We were in shape, working for free. But when we get that that I don't want to work for you anymore body going, you don't have no time for that shit. That's fascinating. So you got the nerve to tell me that the nigga that had a heart attack at work, working for your ass, your fat ass, wasn't meant to be. You see, it goes back again. You recreate chaos. It's like you I think you know what you're doing, but I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know if your kids are not going to be down with this. So stupid. Like, you may be cool with this, but your kids are not going to be down with this. This is like a mid-generational curse that you're putting on your kids that are probably not going to be on board with this. I don't think so. It's so stupid. It's so dumb what you're doing. You're erasing necessary history for something that you can't recreate. Speaking of non-recreate, they said there's no more infrastructure in America. We have reached our peak. If the Mexicans don't do it and we don't do it, you think the American design is what? They design living rooms. Americans design living rooms and bathrooms with beliefs they don't even believe in. We're fucking doomed. Whatever. Soundboard just died. Soundboard died, but that's okay. We'll keep on pushing. Listen, God works in mysterious ways. Maybe he said less soundboard, more of the man. You're right.
Or mortality. Strikingly, some of the effects are observed at a very young age. For example, a study of Black teens found that those who reported higher levels of discrimination as teenagers had higher levels of stress hormones, of blood pressure, and of weight at age 20.
Fat kids.
However, the
No
stress of discrimination is only one aspect. Discrimination and racism also matters in other profound ways for health. For example, there's discrimination in medical care. In 1999, the National Academy of Medicine asked me to serve on a committee that concluded based on the scientific evidence that Blacks and other minorities receive poorer quality care than whites. This was true for all kinds of medical treatment, from the most simple to the most technologically sophisticated.
Regular shit.
One explanation for this pattern was a phenomenon that's called implicit bias or unconscious discrimination. Research for decades by social psychologists indicate that if you hold a negative stereotype about a group in your subconscious mind, and you meet someone from that group, you will discriminate against that person. You will treat them differently. It's an unconscious process. It's an automatic process.
Now, my thing is like this, my brothers, my sisters, and I'm not going to call you out anymore. Anybody that watches this show, I'm just calling you my niggas. My niggas and my niggerettes. That's how it goes. If you tune into this, you are now a nigger and a niggerette. Now, my nigga and my niggerette, when a man says something like this, again, if I swear to God, if this was a Jewish thing, it'd be the craziest thing you ever heard in your fucking life. I have a funny feeling that if we don't stop this, it's starting to sound like a genocide. This forewarning of like killing people, babies, nigga. This is like a Hitler, like the sticker on the wall. But all right, my thing is this. Very simple. It's not Asians. We have to stop putting those other people in. It's not them. We've been at war with the same people for history, for a long, long, long time. They throw the other people in who are there to help us. Watch Sinners. They throw people those people were there to help us. Watch Sinners. They were there to help us. Watch Sinners. They were there to help us. Watch Sinners. They were there to help us. Okay. But there was only a group of other people who were there to just squash it all. Didn't want to see the unity. This is not an attack on. I know a lot of people say we've been making progress. My nigga, no, my nigga. My nigga and my niggerettes, no, we have not. Okay. The only reason I'm gonna keep using that word, I found out a lot of things about that word. It does mean God. So I'm just gonna keep calling the people who watch this channel, the Anigos channel, niggers and niggerettes. If you are involved, you are involved in the cause. So you're trapped. No, the board has stopped, right? The gods have stopped the board. There's no more sound. No more soundboard for the rest of the night. I'm let the doctor finish, but I just wanted to stop it and say this is the type of shit we've been dealing with. And to get it on a TED Talk, it always makes me want to cry. I feel like Monique, I'm being emotional. I didn't watch this before, and everything I'm watching, I'm playing it first time I'm watching it. I didn't watch this before. I like to get my initial response. It's kind of sad we have to give a little fucking heads up, a little lesson for you racists to how to treat people, because you have to learn that you're hurting our feelings because you think we're made out of fucking China wall or some sort of antimonium. I don't know what you think we're made out of, but we're human beings just like you, brother. So it's a shame to watch a person trying to explain what a human being is to you, even though we've been living together for so long. It's kind of like if this was war and you didn't know who we were, it'd be a little disservice. If you're supposed to have my back, you don't even know what the fuck I stand for or my morals, but you're supposed to have my back in battle, right? That's supposed to be this whole thing, right? Like you're supposed to survive. Like first is survival, and then second is like, you know, partying, right? Is that like, could you imagine a world? No, I have no more buttons. All right, fuck it. All right, could you imagine a world where I had a whole thing? Could you imagine a world where there's no racism? We're all chill. The TikToks are chill. We don't even mind that you fucking up the dances. We don't even mind that you get frustrated just like we get frustrated in Target. What if you didn't like just cut the race out of it? I mean, we have so much in common. We get hungry at McDonald's too. We get mad when they fuck up our order too. Like it's like we have the same vibe. I mean, y'all go extreme sometimes. Y'all go like around. I mean, well, I see some of us going around, but y'all go around. But I don't know, whatever. But I'm just saying, we have the similarities because we've been here this whole time on this planet together. So all I'm saying is like, if you took more time instead of digging into your old like racial habits that you think you're supposed to abide to, which don't even add up financially, it doesn't work for you financially. Do your math. If you guys are all doing this whole fucking Bitcoin shit, everybody's trying to be an entrepreneur. Being a racist is a fucking waste. It does not save you money. It won't save you money. I'm going to give you a statistic. Educationally and employment opportunities racism can create is barriers. Barriers create a less Wi-Fi. What are we doing? Now that I'm looking at racial shit, they're looking at racial shit. What if the algorithm was connected on productivity for both races? We're not spending our time doing racial content if we just connected with each other. It's a waste of content. Making fun of each other's cooking. That's something I wrote down. What if we had a video with a black woman cooking with a white woman? Teach her how to fucking do it right. I mean, like, we could get better than this. Look off. Like, listen, nigga, there's robots, and we're still talking about skin color. This is stupid. We're stupid for this, and we're fucking behind. And the only reason why we're behind because we don't want to let up because you guys won't let up first. We're asking you to just give it up, but you won't fucking do it. We just say, can you just stop being racist? And every time we ask you to do it, I have no more buttons. I was gonna press the button. Every time we ask you to do it, there's another person hung, another black man hung, or some wild old school shit. You don't let up. Like have we done anything that reminds you of the 1940s or 50s other than fucking jazz or good music? We provided you with good stuff. We have not upped our crimes since the 40s on your race. You have upped it. You have upped Emmett Till. You shot one black man like 47 times, 100 times. You stuck plunges up niggas' asses. Like you've topped Emmett Till. We have not topped our worst racial crime towards you back then. So I'm just trying to figure out, nigga, you got it. You got it, nigga. You got it. Can you just chill out so we can get shit like some progress going? We get rid of this fucking like sports club thing you guys got going on. This fucking tally shit you guys going on. You sound like cops. You guys hate cops now, right? You killed cops January 6th. You killed the cop. We're on the same page. We both hate cops. Let's go. I got no buttons. We both hate cops. So we're on the same page. We both hate cops January 6th. We both hate the government and we both hate cops. Let's go. Let's go. Why are we still on skin color? That's fucking dumb. It's backwards. All right.
It is a subtle process, but it's normal, and it occurs even among the most well-intentioned individuals. But the deeper that I delved into the health impact of racism, the more insidious the effects became. There is institutional discrimination, which refers to discrimination that exists in the processes of social institutions. residential segregation by race, which has led to blacks and whites living in very different neighborhood contexts, is a classic example of institutional racism.
Business owners have to lead by example, work every day without excuses, with unending energy. That's hard when your accounting and payroll continually fights you.
One of America's best kept secrets is how residential segregation is the secret source that creates racial inequality in the United States. In America, where you live determines your access to opportunities in education, in employment, in housing, and even in access to medical care. One study of the 171 largest cities in the United States concluded that there is not even one city where whites live under equal conditions to blacks, and that the worst urban context in which whites reside is considerably better than the average context of black communities. Another study found that if you
see what I'm saying, my niggas? Like I said, I'm gonna call y'all my niggas. Now, if we're all here together. We all kumbaya, my nigga. That's what I thought. I thought we all try to have our children. We all went to go see the Avengers. We all want Thor to win. We all, you know what I'm saying? We all root for the same justice. People we like Watchmen. We understand like the opposite of justice and injustice. Justice, like you know what I'm saying? We understand duality. Why is this then? You think that shit is cute that you guys go and like stand up for like Rorschach and then meanwhile like we are your Rorschach, but you don't fucking even acknowledge us? Do you know we're your dirty drawers? We're the fucking shit stain. Do you get me? Okay? We're the shit stain that you ignore. You keep going to weddings and you keep doing this fucking party. You spend so much money, all this stuff on stuff. We live with you, you get me? You have to live with us unless you're going to move. If you have plans of moving back to Europe or whatever, like we don't have plans of moving back to fucking Africa or wherever the fuck you keep telling us to go back to, we have to make amends unless you're going back to Europe. Right? Am I stupid? I have no more buttons. That sounds crazy to me. You guys know so much about lawyers and all this shit. Like, you don't make amends, right? You have to do this, or you're gonna fucking. You don't have a choice unless you go back to where you came from, and we'll go back to where the fuck we came from. If that's what you're talking about, you won't thrive though, because we built this shit. So where you gonna go? Who's gonna make your house? You didn't make your kitchen. All right. They gotta calm down.
You could eliminate statistically residential segregation. You would completely erase black-white differences in income, education, and unemployment, and reduce black-white differences in single motherhood by 2/3. All of that driven by segregation. I have also learned how the negative stereotypes and images of blacks in our culture literally create and sustain both institutional and individual discrimination. A group of researchers have put together a database that contains the books, magazines, and articles that the average college-educated American would read over their lifetime. It allows us to look within this database and see how Americans have seen words paired together as they grew up in this society. So when the word black appears in American culture, what co-occurs with it? Poor, violent, religious, lazy, cheerful, dangerous. When white occurs, the frequently co-occurring words are wealthy, progressive, conventional, stubborn, successful, educated. So when a police officer
Y'all know, and you know what's funny about that stupid joke that you think that I'm making? Every single time I try to Google any sort of thing that was like a weird, like, what is the racial? What is the problem that white people have that trickles down with them that like stops them that while they're not all millionaires or billionaires? Because I was like, how come there's not like 20 Trumps? Like, what the fuck is going on? Everybody pop got money. Like it's not about y'all niggas ain't put the money into us. So like either y'all, you went hippie and just there's a bunch of millionaires in the woods. There's a bunch of millionaires that's fucking doing nothing with the money. But I'm just saying, like, if y'all all got that money, that drip, that trickle down, there's a bunch of y'all out there just not doing right with the money. So I was thinking about that. So I was like, oh shit, there's a bunch of billionaires out there just fucking sitting on money and say I'm being pro-life. So I'm no longer contributing to any of those things. No more pro-life organizations. No more fucking animal organizations. Because I know a lot of people who have money that are vegans and they don't do shit for black people. So I'm gonna stop doing that because I feel like that's what the fuck y'all doing. There's so many niggas that went off the grid, y'all kids that have millions of dollars, and they just went off the grid. They are doing what with the money? Wow, how can this be? If you're worth $100 million, and your kid has at least a quarter, and we don't know where the fuck he is, y'all so worried about that other nigga smoking crack on camera. Fuck Biden's son. Fuck Biden's son. Biden has a salary. What about that bank money? See, that's that shit. I got no buttons, but I would have put a drum roll after that. But that's that shit. We talk about trauma, baby. Black people don't have. All we do is bask in your problems. We sit around and go, oh, we talk about numbers that we'll never have because you make it that way, And we just talk about, that's all you do is have us surrounded by your fantasies and your fucking flaws, right? Like it's so. What is that? If we live in the same plane, me and you are supposed to be 1 and 1 because we're fucking on the same plane. How the fuck am I supposed to bounce off of this shit? And you fucking keep failing, stealing, and raping. What would be my fucking motif? Where's my blueprint? As I'm no dead ass. If I'm like, yo, I'm about to invest. What would it be? Who would I be? As a black citizen, innocent, no felonies, who could I invest in who doesn't have a fucking record or something behind it that doesn't involve children or an island or something I don't want to invest in? I feel like you guys don't have your shit together. We've been together all these years. You don't have your shit together enough that I don't even think that if we was to be like, all right, fuck it, we stopped racism, y'all. TikTok said it, we did it. I have no buttons. TikTok said it, we did it. We stopped racism. We're done. We're good with y'all. Let's fuck around. What would be the first thing you would sell black people? You don't even fucking know, you idiots. That's the problem. You've been watching us all this time. You don't even know what you were selling.
Officer overreacts when he sees an unarmed black male and perceives him to be violent and dangerous. We are not necessarily dealing with an inherently bad cop. We may be simply viewing a normal American who is reflecting what he has been exposed to as a result of being raised in this society. From my own experience, I believe that your race does not have to be a determinant of your destiny. I migrated to the United States from the Caribbean island of St. Lucia in the late 1970s in pursuit of higher education. And in the last 40 years, I have done well. I've had a supportive family. I have worked hard. I have done well. But it took more for me to be successful. I received a minority fellowship from the University of Michigan. Yes, I am an affirmative action baby. Without affirmative action, I would not be here.
camp is magic.
What makes a good educator?
We all have a goal to have academic success.
But in the last 40 years, Black America has been less successful than I have. In 1978, Black households in the United States earned 59 cents for every dollar of income whites earn. In 2015, Black families still earn 59 cents for every dollar of income that white families receive. And the racial gaps in wealth are even more stunning. For every dollar of wealth that whites have, Black families have 6 pennies and Latinos have 7 pennies. The fact is, racism is producing a truly rigged system that is systematically disadvantaging some racial groups in the United States. To paraphrase Plato, there is nothing so unfair as the equal treatment of unequal people. And that's why I am committed to working to dismantling racism. I deeply appreciate the fact that I am standing on the shoulders of those who have sacrificed even their lives to open the doors that I have walked through. I want to ensure that those doors remain open and that everyone can walk through those doors. For example, there's discrimination in medical care. In 1999, the National Academy of Medicine asked me to serve on a committee that concluded based on the scientific
All right, well, we up there now. Come on now. They said the belly could come from stress from racism. Dead ass. It's not a made up thing. It's a Harvard University. They said that the fact that all of the stress things, just like you store the stress in the back of the brain or whatever, you store the same stress in your body when you see someone staring at you awkwardly, or maybe you feel like you don't belong in a place you didn't. Like these are unfeeling things. They don't even know how to. They've never felt these feelings. They don't even know. A doctor does not fucking know what that feels like. She goes like this. Well, here, yeah, I feel like you're just over exaggerating. Take this thing, and then okay, and then she delivers the baby and it dies. I'm just saying, like, you gotta read it. You gotta read what's going on. You gotta read the fucking Black Room. Okay? Harvard University stated we are suffering from even like shit you can see on the outside. He said all the way from acne to physical fat because of racism. It stresses you out. You're storing shit. Like you have no relax. You know, your body's never relaxed. And it's not a lie. You have we ever been to a place where you not even think about a black or white? A restaurant or wherever, you cannot ever chill. And that's why I was talking like Martin Luther King's a piece of shit, because he thought that he did this whole thing where he's like bing bong bing, we did this. we figured out segregation. It's always gonna be chill. We're not gonna pour milk on niggas no more. We figured it out. No nigga, they don't pour milk on them, but they spit in our food. Or they come slow with the food, or it's still not supposed to be. It's still not supposed to be. And we have better food, and there'd be more white people in our restaurants than theirs, and everybody knows that, because you can just go to fucking Brooklyn and figure it out. But to eat their own. Go back to David. We have to wrap this up. Actually, we'll have to do this in the second part. All right, let's try to wrap this up. Right? It's 2:15. Let's finish the video. It's like 17 minutes long. What do you think I should do? I'm gonna put a little bit more for David, and I think I'm gonna wrap it up. So far I feel like he's touching on points that I mean Joe Rogan would never say. This doctor is talking about an actual temperature of society, and no one talks about how we actually are feeling. I mean black people anyway, they think we're all so cool because the movies keep coming out and shit like that. I don't know. They think we're just super chill. We're not chill. And he's telling it. He's saying that we're not chill. He's saying that we're getting sick with
evidence that blacks and other minorities receive poorer quality care than whites. This was true for all kinds of medical treatment, from the most simple to the most technologically sophisticated. One explanation for this pattern was a phenomenon that's called implicit bias or unconscious discrimination. Research for decades by social psychologists indicate that if you hold a negative stereotype about a